Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I'm the owner of Nichole Co, where we're spreading joy and mental health acceptance through my handmade goods. So today is Sunday and I have not filmed anything since the end of that last vlog on Thursday. We ended up losing power and our internet went out. We had a really crazy storm on Wednesday and it has literally been storming every day since then, so that's really fun. But then on Thursday, it stormed, it knocked our power out, and then the internet went out, and it took me forever to get it back. So we got the internet back late last night, and so I decided to wait to upload my video on YouTube until this morning. So if you haven't already watched it, make sure you go watch the last video that I uploaded. It was a little shorter one, about 20 minutes long, but just kind of a go over where I was feeling at mentally the last week, some feelings of mom guilt, things like that. But yeah, make sure you guys go and check it out. So today I have a few things planned that we're going to do. Since it is Sunday, it's now probably closer to almost 5:30. I was planning to do so much more this morning, but I decided to give myself a little bit of a break, let myself breathe a little bit, and then, like I said, we've just been dealing with the internet issues, so I've just been reading and hanging out with my family and just having a good time the last couple of days, which was very nice and much needed. So now I feel very refreshed to go back into this new week. If you hear scratching, my cat is on her little cardboard thing over there, so that's what that is. But I need to do my nails. I normally do either press-ons or I do them myself, but I decided tonight I wanted to do them myself. So I'm going to do my nails today, and then I'm going to get into some small business things a little bit later. Not really sure what you're going to see in this video yet, but make sure you stick around to check it out. All right, so it is now almost 1. It's 12:30. I spent so long doing my nails today and just kind of relaxing. It was a nice Sunday. I actually needed that. So me and my husband alternate Sundays, and every other Sunday is each of our days, if that makes any sense, that are essentially parental free. So, of course, if anything happens, we're still going to both be there, but it's just kind of taking the responsibility off of each other for a day. So, if he wants to go do something, then he totally can. He does not have to worry at all about, what's going on with me and, the baby or anything like that. And then the same when it's my day. So today I kind of sat in here. I did a few things on my computer and I did not film it, so sorry about that. But then by the time it was time for me to do my nails, then I did my nails and I filmed that whole thing for you. So we'll just jump right into small business things tomorrow on Monday. I have to get up a little earlier. I have a lot of work to do, especially since I didn't have my internet until today. So it's going to be a busy work day tomorrow. So there's probably going to be quite a bit of a time lapse in there of me just getting work done and everything out of the way. And then once I get done with work tomorrow, I'm going to spend a couple of hours doing some small business things and finishing some things up. But the nails turned out okay. They're not my favorite. I do this a lot. I try to be like adventurous and like see what I do or what I like, and then I don't really like them because I'm a perfectionist. But like, they're not terrible. They're not my favorite. They're not super even, but it's okay. We did the best that we could. Application wise, I think I actually applied them very well, so I was very happy about that. But just design wise, they're not speaking to me as much. But they're okay. They're good. They're not terrible. I'm going to keep them on for at least a few weeks until they start to pop off, and then from there I'll change them and do another set. But yeah, I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna go wash my face off, take off my earrings, everything else like that, and then go to bed for the night. And I will check back in with you guys tomorrow once it is time for me to start doing some small business things. So I lied. um, I said that I was going to do some small business things on Monday and Tuesday, and I did not do a single thing. Work was quite busy, quite a lot. So I was working a little later than I wanted to, just to make sure that I get things done. When it comes to my job, like my actual 9 to 5, I really make sure that I am on top of things because I know how easy it is for me to get burnt out and to get overwhelmed, specifically with just having anxiety and ADHD. I have to stay pretty organized. I have to make sure I stay on top of things. I create a lot of lists. And so there's just been a lot going on, lots of reporting, lots of things I had to get done. And so I just worked a little extra to get ahead or to finish as much as I possibly could. And then after work, I just went and kind of was rotting on the couch and playing with my son and hanging out with my husband, and then went to bed just kind of as soon as possible. I have been reading a book though, so I try to. I've been getting back into. This is my year I get back into reading. I used to be the reader that would go to my public library growing up, and they knew me by name. I had read every book in every section of the library. I was just obsessed with reading, and I could never. I don't understand how I read like that. I know when you're younger, of course, you don't have really any responsibility, even though you think you do. So I would just read all the time. I was constantly checking out. I think weekly I would check out at least 6 to 8 books, and I would read them all in a week, take them back, and then do it again. So I used to love reading. I loved it so much. Just kind of growing up, and then the stress of life and things like that took over, and I really fell off of reading. And up until probably last year, I could count on one hand in the last like 8 years or so how many books I have read, which is terrible for someone who used to read a lot. I also will say I transitioned a lot to like podcasts and more like audiobook, which still counts as reading, but like physical books, which is what I absolutely love, I have not read in such a long time. So I always try to pick one more like self help, but also just mentally stimulating and something that's just a little more uh, it really just feeds my mind in terms of what I need, something that makes me think. And then I also try to pick a second book. I'm only trying to read 2 books a month to get myself going, and then I will slowly amp up as I continue to read more. But then my second book is something that's just super interesting to me. It can be a funny book, it can be a fiction book, it can be anything that I want. But one of them always has to be something that's just kind of improving myself because I like doing that. This book, I'm not too far into it so far, but I love it. Absolutely love it. And this is called The Body is Not an Apology: The Power of Radical Self Love by Sonia Renee Taylor. And she's just a phenomenal writer. Like, it is so easy to get into this book, and her writing style is something that I truly enjoy. I have my own magnetic bookmark on the shelf here, but on the shelf. I have my own magnetic bookmarks on the page here, holding my place, but I have been loving this. I just started it, so I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm just trying to read a little bit every night or in the morning before I start work, just something to really calm me down. But I've been absolutely loving it, and um, it's just it's phenomenal. I'll tell you guys once I continue with the book, but so far I am so in love with this. But once I finish it, I'll let you know. I also bought the workbook that comes with it. Because I don't know, I had a feeling that I was going to like this book, and I bought the workbook that comes with it too, so I'm going to use that as well once I complete the book and really just see how it helps and how it changes my mental space. Self-image is something I've always struggled with, and just loving myself unconditionally and radical self-love is something that I push so much, and it's you know it's what she pushes in this book as well, and I just love it. So I'm going to finish reading that a little bit later tonight, or at least get through a couple more chapters before I go to bed. Um, but yeah, today I have a few things that I want to do before I head to bed for the night. I just put my son to sleep, so if I keep looking over to the side, I'm watching his monitor because he keeps standing up and turning on his light, and then just kind of bouncing in his crib, and then he'll sit back down, and then he'll stand up and he'll flick on and off the lights. So that's kind of our normal night routine. It takes him a little bit, which is another reason why I don't mind staying up after work and continuing to work on my small business for longer as opposed to doing it in the morning. And it's mostly just because I'm always up. I don't like to go to bed until I know that he's asleep fully. That's just my own anxiety. I will wake up at the drop of a hat if he makes any sound or noises, but it just makes me feel better knowing that I'm going to bed when I know that he is sound asleep at this point. So if he needs anything, I'll still be up. And so I normally will just work for a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys my products today because I realized I've never shown my products that I sell on this page at all. I've put a few things on my Instagram, and I put things up on like my TikTok and other social media platforms, but I've never shown my products on YouTube, which is kind of important to see what I'm selling. So I'm going to show you all the products that are currently listed in my shop right now. And then I bought a few more designs because I wanted to expand out my magnetic bookmarks even more. I have 12 magnetic bookmark designs right now, and I think I bought 4 or 5 more to add to the grouping. And so I'm very excited about them. So we're going to create some magnetic bookmarks, and I'm going to show you how I do that on Canva, and then I just put it in Silhouette Studio from there. I might print them tonight. I might not. We'll see, but I think I might end up doing it. But if so, you guys are just going to come along for the whole process. And then I know you guys can see in the background, in I don't remember which video it was, either the second video or I think it might have been my second video or my third video. I was like, oh, my board is done, and I'm going to show you all of the punch needle designs that I've done. I did not show you any of that because I didn't finish the board. I had said it out loud to myself in hopes that that meant that I would finish it in like a day or two, which was unrealistic for me just because I don't have that much time to just sit and punch needle. So I started doing it yesterday, and the day before that, I believe it was, I punched needle for like 30 minutes, but my brain was not there. So I just kind of needed to go lay down and go to sleep a little bit early. But yesterday I started punch needling, and I stayed up for an extra like hour just punch needling out, and I finished a little bit more that's on there. The smaller ones are either going to be like keychains or car koozies, not car koozies, car like air freshener clips. And then the bigger ones are all different, like mug rugs and just cut coasters. Let's go ahead and take a look at the products that I have right now so that you guys can see what it is that I'm actually selling. This is where I keep all my products that I have right now. I bought this off of Amazon and I found it in, I think, I'll put the link down below. I cannot remember where, but I saw so many people using ones like this, and I really just liked how sturdy it looked and that it had a white base. I just like the way this looks better than the ones that are all plastic. So that was it. But I have all of my stickers in here right now, and I have all of my magnetic bookmarks in here right now.
What if I never get this close again? This close again. Take my time to really look you in the face, in the face. And I want to tell you, but I'm so scared that you don't feel the same. Maybe it was better when I didn't care, didn't care what you thought about me, oh. Now I'm so self-conscious, think I messed it up. Well, you don't have to tell me if you're meeting up with someone else. Yeah, 'cause that would really break my heart and destroy my confidence. Yeah, even though I played it cool, my head's on fire. So if you're gonna let me down, please be nice about it. Or just lie and make up something I don't mind if it don't make sense. 'Cause honestly, I'd rather live in ignorance. Wish I didn't care what you thought about me, oh. Now I'm so self-conscious, think I messed it up. Well, you don't have to tell me if you're meeting up with someone else. Yeah, 'cause that would really break
These
my
last two that I just showed, the healthy boundaries and I have no idea what I'm doing, are not on my site yet, but they will be up probably in the next week or two as I continue to just create more product and print things off. I like to wait until I have a good chunk and then take all my product photos at the same time and then go ahead and edit them all at the same time and then put them on my Etsy listings because I just think it's better that way. I don't take my pictures of my products in natural light. And it's mostly just because I don't have the best natural light in this room. I have one window behind me on that side, but there's like a blackout curtain on it. And even when it's open, it's not very great. And then on the other side of me, it's just, it goes into like my closet and the bathrooms. So it's not good. I just kind of hold them up against my yarn tower that I have behind me. And that's how I take my product photos with the light that is right up above us here. And that light, I just shine on it to get this. And that's how I take my product photos. So once I print off some more, I will then post them and I'll let you all know when those are available as well on the site. And then I also wanted to show you some of the punch needle designs that I already have created. And I am waiting and planning when I will be doing a punch needle launch. I think it's going to be a little bit. I kind of want to wait until I do a little bit more. And then once I get a few more underway, then I will definitely be listing these punch needle designs. So this is one of them that I have. I think it's very cute. I think I told you guys before that I'm still struggling with what kind of backing I want to put on. So I originally bought cork backing, and these are just pre-cut like circles and squares that are about 4 inches each because that's how big I'm making these coasters. And I really wanted to use cork backing, but as you'll see, I'll show when I get down to the peach, that I didn't buy cork sheets. I just bought the pre-made ones, and it's hard to kind of make them match up, and I wasn't happy with how they looked. So for my next punch needle ones that are done, I'm going to glue those on felt, and I'm going to see how I feel about them. And then if I like the way that the felt looks, I'll just move forward with felt. But if I feel like I need something else, I'm still kind of looking into the backings. I'm going to be totally honest. I probably will not have any punch needle designs up until September. I think that's when I'm planning on launching launching all of the punch needle designs that I want to at the beginning and punch needle products in general, just because I really want to give myself a full month to get everything together, to really organize, to feel like I've made enough product for what I want to put out, and the different types of products that I'm going to make. And then I will go ahead and I will list those on my site. So keep an eye out. You're probably going to see me punching in a lot in videos moving forward. So I have this flower one. I just love the colors. It looks really cute. I've used this one a lot, so this is not one that will be sent out. This is one that I liked for myself. That's why it's a little around the edges. It's kind of pressed down. I need to fluff it up, but I've had it under my cup for a little bit. So this one is one that I really like. And then I have the yin and yang sign. I just love this one. I think it's so cute. It's a little piece of like glue hanging from that. There you go. But yeah, I just think this one's so cute. I tried to make like a wavy checkered. It did not end up wavy checkered. I don't know what I did when I traced it, but I think it's still kind of cute. But I'm gonna fix it, so I'm probably not gonna sell this one. But you never know. I might. We'll see. This one, which is really cute. I just love the colors in this and just the flowers peeking on the side, so it's not too floral. This one, I love this one. I just think it's so cute. I love it a lot. I don't know what happened in that part. There we go. Sometimes you gotta go in and fix these. But I really like this. I think it's great. Just this little flower. And then an evil eye here. I just think these are so cute. And then the peach. I love the peach. The peach and the strawberry I'm currently making though are actually for my best friend. So I'll make more of these to sell, but I'm just going to use these to take product photos to list on Etsy. But the peach and the strawberry are going to my best friend. Before she had her daughters, she just nicknamed each of them. And so her oldest daughter's nickname was Peach the whole time she was in her tummy. And then her youngest daughter, who is, oh my goodness, going on, I think 6 7 months, 6 months, 7 months. I'm terrible with time. But her nickname in her stomach was Strawberry. So she's getting the peach and the strawberry because I just think that's cute. I just love them. So that's all I have designed right now. And then I have more designs that are up on my punch needle board here. I have a checkered flower print, the strawberry, a yarn ball, and a few other things. I'm really excited to show you guys once those get finished and get going. But like I said, I'll add in a little bit of a punch needle time lapse at the end here or something so that I can just continue making progress with it and you guys can just kind of watch me finish this out. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I design my magnetic bookmarks. So these are my magnetic bookmarks. I use Canva to edit. I watched a lot of different people use different methods to make magnetic bookmarks. And I think I said it in either my first or second video that I watched so many videos when I was first trying to figure out how to make these, how to format them, how to lay them out. And I really loved Emily Cromwell Designs video was great. And so I followed a lot of her steps because she also uses silhouette machines, which sometimes it can be hard to find people that use silhouette machines. It's always Cricut machines, and they do not work the same way. So really looking up a bunch of different silhouette machine videos, but I really love the way that hers was laid out and so well spoken. So I'll link that video below as well for anybody just wanting to know how to make them also. But these are my designs, the ones that I just showed you, and I laid them out. And essentially, all that I'm doing is I am using the designs that I have purchased and I am laying them out using just free elements in Canva. I have Canva Pro though, so I do use quite a few other ones as well. But these are the initial 12 that I have. And then I bought a few more designs, and I'm really excited to have these linked up. So I'll show you the designs that I have. Dead Inside, but Books Help. This one says Forever Bookish. This one says Forever in Fiction. Love Between the Lines. Books, books, books all the way around the outside. I just thought that was so cute. Such a cute design. Midnight Readers Club. One More Chapter. Romantasy Book Club. And this one says Quiet Time Book Lover inside. So We're going to design these today. And so I'll go ahead and just start by showing you how I design one, and then we'll, do a little time lapse moving through the rest because it'll take a while for me to really decide. I have such bad decision paralysis when it comes to these things, and it takes me forever, and I just kind of move things around for a while I'm trying to figure out. But we'll go ahead and do this one, or I'll just do some more quiet designing later. But what I kind of start with is I get these to a size that I want on the sheet. And I start by duplicating. And I just duplicate my designs and literally turn them around 180. I know that I probably should flip them so that they show up properly when they're put together, but that doesn't bother me that they don't match. Like this one in particular, if you fold it, you notice they don't fold on the same side to where it matches up perfectly. It's a magnetic bookmark and you're not seeing both sides together like that, so it doesn't bother me. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't. So that's what I do. These are great. I love this. So then I will go over to the element section. And if you've never used Canva, just you should, because it's amazing and wonderful, and it's great. So I'll go over to Canva. I will normally go to the shape section here, and this one is one in particular where I am not worried about there being anything behind it. And the main reason is I always check the background and see that if I change a background color, will it change any of the white areas? That's important to note, especially if you're using a cutting machine to cut out your bookmarks or anything else that you're making. If this any of the white spaces change color, you're going to want to either put something behind that ahead of time. That's what I find easiest in Canva, so that I don't have to then edit that in Silhouette Studio, because I just find that a little more complicated. Um, but I just make sure you put something behind it so that it ends up being a solid image here where no colors are changing. And then when you export this image and you save it on your computer as a file and you open it in Silhouette Studio, it's going to then, like, it'll be so much easier for you to just paste and find fit as many as you need to on the page and then go ahead from there. So that's what I do. I like this layout. I'm going to turn this back to white though, because it's throwing me off quite a bit. And that's what I want, that white. Okay, so now that I have this background here, I'm going to go to elements again. And like I said, I'm going to go to shapes. And I normally will just grab either a square or a rounded, something like that. I will keep it a color that I like, and I will just bring it in. I extend it out quite a lot to make sure that it's going to be long enough for what I want, and as thick as I want it to be. And then I will just kind of make sure that this matches up. I'm always trying to make sure that these actually line up with each other because I'm really bad at not having them line up. Okay, so then I'll leave it like this, say if that's how I want it, maybe a little bit thicker. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. And then I'll make sure it is perfectly even in the middle of these two. I'll right click and I hit layer, and then I will send it to the back. And so there you go, you have a magnetic bookmark. Now, if you want this to still be outlined the same, then you can add on an outline to it if you want it to match. If you want the border to be a little thinner, then that to really kind of match the line that's on here, you can do that. If you don't care about that, you can take it off. I like that this matches it. And then I will normally go over to the colors in here. And I really do like that color, but we're going to see. So if you go down, you'll see document colors. I save colors that I use all the time for my brand in the side. And I think you can save up to 3 if you have Canva free. But if you don't have Canva free, then and you have Canva Pro, you can save as many colors to your brand kit as you want. But I love to go to the photo colors here. When you do that, it opens up this window where you can see all the colors. And a lot of my colors and things that I like just are very similar to each other. I love pastels. I love, I love colors, but I don't like a lot of like neons and bright colors. I like them to still be bright, but I love pastels more than anything. And so you can just go by either every design that you have in here and look at it, or if you go to your design roll right there, you can just choose color. So this is the color directly from the picture. I like that matches the book. That might actually be what I go with. This, if you want it to kind of match the background, if I wanted to bring out the color that the wording is in the picture, just a white, which I don't want just a white. If I want it to be black, I'm trying to think, I might actually like this one, but I like that this one matches the book. Decisions. Or do I like this brown one? Actually, the more I look about it, I don't know. We'll see. But this is what I mean. I normally will sit here for a while and I will just click through everything that I have and decide what I want. I think I'm actually going to go with this one. I like the way that this looks best. So yeah, I'll click there and go, all right, that's that bookmark design for me. And then once I save a bookmark, and once I get done with them, I save them with transparent background. So when you hit share up here, when I will go to download them, I will click the page that I'm going to do. Of course, I'm not going to do all of the pages because I already have 12 of those downloaded, but I will make sure that I hit this that says transparent background. And I also make sure, and this is really important, that it says PNG up here, but also that your size is up to the highest level. So that 3125, when you go all the way up to 3125, that is how you get like the perfect picture. I can't remember exactly what the pixels are. If you do this, you will always have clear designs when you are going through. If you don't do this and you leave it down, sometimes it's not as clear. Now, sometimes you need the size to be smaller. This is if you are trying to post for like social media or you're using any of those, you're going to want the sizes to be whatever matches. So if it's an Instagram reel or if it's an Instagram post or something, it might be smaller than that. If it's a Pinterest post, it might be smaller than that. But for any designs or things that you're saving, always make sure that you save it at the highest that you can to make sure that it just comes out the clearest, smoothest image. It took me a while to figure that out. I think I just Googled one day, like, how do I get it up to the right pixels to make it clear because they're coming out fuzzy and it was not fun. So, yeah, I'm not going to download these yet though. But let's go through and design the other one.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star, waiting just to wake up from this nightmare where you could be right back in my arms, dancing to the limbo, stuck here in the middle. You tell me that it's simple, but I could paint 1,000 different pictures of what is wrong. But if we turn the clocks back a couple dials, we should throw them out, because time ain't ours, oh, but you fill me up and I can feel it now. Like a camel through the needle, everyday people are just 1,000 versions of who they were. So love me like we're equal, 'cause if there is no sequel, I'd rather live in peaceful understanding that we believed our every single word. Turn the clocks back a couple dials, we should throw them out, because time ain't ours, oh. Burn these blocks down a couple miles, we could build them up until the sky was as old. 'Cause I lived 100 years of solitude with you, and never questioned what gives anyone the right to believe these superstitions outside of human intuition. 'Cause tonight it's enough for me to know that you and I exist inside this paradise. And if we turn the clocks back a couple dials, we should throw
that's all that is. My phone is getting low on battery, so I'm going to cut it off here and move the camera around a little bit, and then I will show you a little bit more. We'll go into Silhouette Studio, and we will try to see how I'll show you guys, not try to see, but I will show you all how I lay these out for printing. We're just going to create the cut files tonight for at least one of them, and then I will log off probably for today, head to bed, and then I will check back in with you all tomorrow. I'm just going to show you how I lay out this just for this one, and then I will save it. And then, like I said, I'm going to head to bed, and then we'll finish off in the morning. My son just passed out. It is 1:30 in the morning. I should be in bed, but I am not tired yet, so I'll go to sleep in a little bit. I saved the designs from Canva to my computer. I have everything saved in folders so that I can very easily access them when I need to. So because I downloaded these as transparent, I can move them all around. I can size them how I want, but they are fully connected, and that's why I like to do them like this. So first thing I do is on my blank page here, I will click this little one in the corner, which is page setup, and I turn the registration marks on. I like to turn the thickness all the way up on my registration marks and then go down here to inset, and I move it all the way back to the lowest that it can go, and that expands it out on your page, because if you can see, you can make it as small as you want it to read or as large, but just to use as much of the space on paper as possible and also give myself space, that is what I do. So I think what I found for most of my magnetic bookmarks is I get about 6 on a page depending on the size. I'm sometimes seeing it relative like this, you'll think like, oh, that's not that big. You remember it's a whole piece, a whole sheet of paper. So it's 8 by 11. So you want to make sure that you're making it a size that fits well. And so I'm going to go down and make this, let's see, let's do like just an even 6. No, not 600. And then it'll automatically adjust for me, so I can do it that way. Or actually, let's do 6.5. I think I want that, just to see the difference here. Yeah, I think 6.5 is what I want more than anything. And I will see how it fits, how I like it, kind of all of that when I print it out. I'm just going to duplicate, well, not yet. I'm going to actually delete that. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to put this in the middle of the page just so it's easy to see after I put on my registration marks. And I am going to click this little spot here that looks like a butterfly in Silhouette Studio. If you just hover over it, it's the trace panel. So this is what helps trace out the outline of your design so that your cutting machine knows what it is supposed to be cutting. So I'll click select trace area here and just do a big square around the design itself, a rectangle. And then if we go down here to the threshold, I want the threshold to not be low. I want it to be all the way up as high as possible so it fills in all the open space that it can. And then I will click on the bottom here where it says trace the outer edge. And so that is how I will select it. Now if I click in this part, you want to click the outline on the back. I can tell because of the sizes, so I made the size an even 6.5, so I know if I'm clicking the red outline that's on the side, it's going to end up being like a little bigger than that. So if you see up here, it's a 6.515, and if you need a visual, it is that outline. So I will mark that in here, put it back, let it bounce back in. I'm going to click that. And then once I know I've clicked on the outline and that's what I have selected, I'm going to go here to this little star, which is the offset panel. Now you want an offset if you want it to cut with a little bit of like white space on the side. I cut all of mine with a slight offset because I just like to make sure that the design is untouched. There's a little bit of a border there, and that tiny bit of a border will just kind of help, but I don't like it to be a huge border. I want it to be just enough. So for example, let me actually take the one that's in my book right here. So as you'll notice when I'm saying offset, it's this. So this very slight white border on the outside. You can also just make it where it cuts right flesh to what the color is in the design, but I just like the way that this looks better. I think that this really helps to ensure that I don't mess up any part of the design. So back to the design file here. I'm going to click this offset button and you'll see the little red line moved. I always move this out of the way because sometimes, I don't know why, but Silhouette Studio creates two and I don't know how to fix that. So I just delete the inner one that's small. And then when I line this up, you should be able to see that there is an even space, just a little thin space all the way around the outside of it. I'll then grab these together and I will group them so that I can move them around as much as I want. And I will leave it this size because I think this is a great size. I think this is exactly what I want. Now I'm going to duplicate this and I will just lay these out on the page until I get them how I want them to be spacing wise, and I can fit as many as I am able to on a page. Generally, it's 4 to 5 for me, but I will just see what I can fit here. Just kind of play around with it until you get it to how you want it to be. And once you have it laid out the way that you want it, which I think that one is good, then I will save my cut file like this. So this is the way that I want this to be laid out. I know I'm going to print out 4. So let me just go ahead and save this to my magnetic bookmarks folder, and I just add cut file onto the end. Then from here, what we would end up doing is going into the send here. And from this part, it's going to say awaiting connection because I don't have anything on. But I would click here and just highlight this. And I would hit the cut edge because you can see where it says cut right now. It's hitting both lines, both the outline of the design itself and the outline of the offset. If you hit cut edge, it'll just be one line because it's just going to cut around the edge. And that is what I'll do. Tomorrow, when I come back on, we're going to cut a few of these. We're going to print off some. We're going to make the rest of these magnetic bookmarks. So you guys can stay tuned for that. But just to kind of show you how I put the design in for right now, that is all I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to head to bed. My son just passed out, so I'm going to go turn out his light. And I am going to go to bed, and I will see you all in the morning.
Here's what we came up with. Open face spam and cheese sandwiches. Okay, please eat your fruits or vegetables as well, even though technically these are fruits. Yeah. If you want more, you can get that.
Today I did breakfast. I did.
Hey everyone, so it is now Thursday and I just finished working. It's almost 8 o'clock. I should not have done that. I should have just stopped at a certain point, but um, I just needed to get caught up with some things and I really need to get on top of a few additional things and lower my list so that my Friday tomorrow can just be a lot calmer for me. I've been really stressed with a lot of work stuff lately, so just trying to take things off my plate, but I'm excited to start small business stuff. I really wanted to push myself to get a few more things done today and continue where I left off yesterday. So we are going to print off some magnetic bookmarks and I'm going to show you how I make them the rest of the way, similar to the stickers. And then I think we're just going to see where the night takes us. film for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to end this video today so that I can edit it and have it up for you guys on Friday, hopefully Friday morning or Friday afternoon. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So before we get started, I almost forgot that I wanted to show you guys a package that I got today that I'm very excited about. So I bought this from Ashley over at Studio IO, and she was one of the first bunch of my subscribers, and she's so sweet, and I loved her channel and just absolutely love her artwork. And so I'll link her channel down below, and I'll put her name up here on the page just so you can see it. But I'm very excited to open. I ordered 2 art prints from her to decorate my room. I have my address and her address covered, but her logo sticker is so cute. It's so cute. So I'm going to open this and try to uh, open it as nicely as I possibly can. Maybe I actually need scissors for this, and I can just cut across the top. Yeah. But I saw her video and I started watching quite a few of them and just going through. And I love finding new creators and small business owners and artists specifically. I am not talented in the art form, like drawing any of that. It's not for me. But just she is absolutely adorable. So I really wanted to order a couple of prints. Let me make sure I don't forget anything in here. Okay, I think this is, yeah, this is just my packing slip. But so excited. This packaging is adorable, like absolutely adorable. So cute. I love, love your card. That is adorable with her QR code on the back that'll hold up if anybody wants to scan it as well. And then on the front, she just has such a beautiful drawing style, and I fell in love with it. So I wanted to support and order a couple prints to decorate my office wall. Um, and her thank you card says, "Thank you. Your support helps me to continue making art that I love. I really appreciate you. Enjoy." And I just loved it. She commented on one of my videos and was like, "We're twins," because we're both named Ashley. So this is so beautifully packaged. Ashley, you did a fantastic job. It's so great. So I'm going to take this off. And again, the tape even on the back is just so cute. That's the problem. I don't ever want to mess up like packaging or tape. I'm like, can I save it? But I'm a hoarder and I've had to grow out of that, so I need to not do that at all. Okay. Oh, and she threw in stickers. Oh, this makes me so excited. Okay, well, let me show you the prints first. Look at how gorgeous. So this is the first print that I purchased, and I just think it's beautiful. So pretty. I don't know what it is. I just love a window scene. I think it looks so, so pretty. So I got that one. And then I also got this one, the girl holding the umbrella. I just thought it was the cutest picture. So I'm really excited to put these up on my wall. Thank you so much, Ashley, for sending. I know I ordered them, but thank you for sending them and all the effort that you put into mailing them. It looks beautiful, and I appreciate it. And then she sent me stickers, and that makes me very happy. I love a sticker. I need to redo like the stickers on the back of my iPad as well so that these can show up. So she sent me, oh, these are beautiful. She sent me this, which is the window scene, which I love. Oh, it's an iPad. That's so cute. That is adorable. Oh my gosh, I love that if you can see it. The iPad set up with the Apple Pencil. And then a beautiful floral or wisteria. I'm assuming it's wisteria, but it's just so, so pretty. So thank you again, Ashley. This is beautiful. I cannot wait to put these up on my wall and just have them in the back of my videos and slowly bring some more color and artwork into this room. I'm really excited. I was at TJ Maxx again the other day, and then I saw more really cute small picture frames. And I think if I don't go with a cork board, I'm going to end up buying a couple of different fun picture frames, or I want to go thrifting and find some as well, and then put my art pieces in the frames so I don't have to poke any holes through them because I don't like to do that. And then I'll just kind of spread them out all over the walls, and it'll just be a little more eclectic and colorful. And I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So now that I opened that, I'm going to go ahead and let's move over to make some magnetic bookmarks. Okay, so we are picking up right where we left off last night with the first bookmark that I have set. I didn't end up doing anything else today, so I haven't set any other cut files. This is the first one. But I wanted to show you what my cut settings are and what I use for my magnetic bookmarks. So since this is already laid out, I'm not going to do anything here. It's set, it's within the registration lines. Showed that earlier. I'm going to print this off. And let me hit print here. And I'm going to change my printer settings that I have in here. So I'm going to go down to media and quality, and I'll show you all in a moment what I use for paper, but I have it in my rear tray, and I use luster photo paper, and I'll show it to you in a second once we get over to that side. Where are we at? Was it luster? No, I think I put it on glossy. No, I did. Photo Paper Pro Luster. All right. My apologies for this lighting. I have an overhead light up here, and so there may be some shadows showing up quite a bit, but I'm trying to make it as the least bit shadowy as possible. So this is my printed out magnetic bookmark, and I just kind of wanted to compare the size of this to one of my other bookmarks just to make sure it is, yep, that looks good. It's about the same size. For some reason, it looked really big on here when it printed off, but that is about average. It might be slightly bigger than some of the other designs and things that I have, but not by much. They're pretty much the exact same size. Like this one's a little smaller just because of the design itself, but on a few of my bookmarks, it does look like I was using very similar sizing. This is the photo paper that I use. It's the Koala Premium Photo Paper in Luster, the 250 GSM and 66 pounds. I buy this off of Amazon. You can buy it directly from Koala's site if they're having a sale, but it tends to be the same price every time I look at it. So there you go. It's just more convenience of Amazon showing up sooner. This is what I use, and I watched so many videos, again, as I've said multiple times in here, to see what worked best or what I liked the outcome of best. I switched paper like 3 or 4 times. I kept returning paper to Amazon because I just wasn't happy with the outcome, but that one's given me the best outcome that I like. If you don't want to put lamination on top of it, you don't have to because there is a luster, a little bit of a texture. I like to laminate everything just for added security. Let me take a seat. All right. And I showed you guys in my first video how I do it, and it's exactly the same for my magnetic bookmarks. I lay it down, I match it up to the lines, I just kind of pay attention to where it is that I need these to cut or where I need to cut the lamination sheets at. So for this one, we'll put it right under there. And so I can cut straight across this line and pretty much straight up this line. And I'm still working on some designs. I know I say all the time, I'm like, I'm not artistic, but I am working on designs for some sticker sheets so that I can use up all of this excess lamination because I don't want it to go to waste. This is just lamination cut strips at this point. I'm saving them all, but that's all this is. These are all the full sheets, but this is just the strips that are already cut. That was actually perfect. So let me go ahead and stick this down on here. I'm going to start by lining it up on the bottom because I just think that's always best. And then that way when you line it up on the top, it perfectly matches. And let me grab my squeegee because I forgot it. Okay. And then same as last time, I like to peel back And then I just very slowly, I have not gotten down that trick. I watch people do their lamination sheets so fast. But I know myself, and I know that as soon as I do my lamination sheet fast, it's just going to be like a line or bubble or bunched up. So I don't mind doing it a little slower. There's no need. I will say I found if you go in the middle of the sheet as opposed to trying to do it at the side, like push it from the middle, you will almost always get a more even line than you will if you don't do it that way. So let me take this paper off and throw this in my little garbage can down here. And then take off this paper that is very well loved. The first time I got this, I crumbled it. I didn't know you were supposed to like put it back on top when you were done, and I just thought it was like a coating. Me again, not paying attention to things. I went a little crazy when I first started. And my very well loved mat, and I'm just gonna line it up here so that we could put this on our silhouette machine. I had a phone malfunction. My phone ran out of storage in the middle of me about to set up and um, film the putting it in the cutting machine and the cut settings. So that's all done. But I'm going to read off for you guys what my cut settings are before I peel this off of the sheet. I wrote everything down so that I can remember it. So when I cut on my silhouette for my bookmarks, I have it set as a luster photo paper or glitter cardstock. One of those tend to work really well too. And then I have the blade at 6. I leave that the same. The force I switch to 26, and the passes are 2. I don't change that, but I adjust my speed to 6 just so that it goes a little bit quicker. And so I already put these in. So these are now cut out. And because my cutting mat is no longer sticky, these peel off very, very easily. I like this. I think they're really cute. Now, my one worry is that are these enough to put over your book? Because that's always where I struggle. I want to make sure that it is leaving enough space on a page. So let me take up just not a book, but like a notepad that I have here. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay. I always get worried that I don't leave enough space. So when it's on a book, it'll end up looking like that, which I really love. I think these are so cute. I will fold all of these quickly. Okay. And they just kind of pop back up, of course. But this is the easiest way that I have found to make my magnetic bookmarks. And recently I've been watching, I'm so behind on my YouTube videos. I normally watch YouTube videos and kind of have them going in the background while I'm working on one of my screens because I can't work in silence. It drives me insane. But I just have YouTube videos continuously running in the background so that I can at least listen to them and not get backed up on all of my videos that I miss out on from work. But one thing that I have been seeing a lot of is people posting videos on gatekeeping. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I know I'm going very in depth about like my process and what I do and what I use. And I know for some people that is an issue. And I can completely understand if the process that is being explained is something that like you created on your own or it is uniquely yours or if it's like an art style or like crocheters, totally understand crocheters. But when it comes to processes like this, like me making stickers or me making magnetic bookmarks or anything of that sort, I don't feel like there's a reason to gatekeep. The same information is on the internet. That's how I found it. I found out how to do all of this by just looking up YouTube videos. And I'm a firm believer that competition is just not a necessary thing. I understand the want and need to, stay visible or make sure that your products stand out or things like that. But if I searched for a product and it took me a while to research it, I don't personally have a problem with then sharing all the information that I found with someone else because then that just makes me their resource. And to me, that's very helpful and not only grows my audience and helps people feel that trust in me, but it also helps them not have to do as much work that I had to do. And if I can make that easier on people to realize that they can do what they've wanted to do, or just start that dream shop, or move forward with whatever that goal is that they want to do, then I want to do that. So I've just been watching a lot of videos lately on people giving their insights on gatekeeping, and it's just been rolling in my head. So that's all that is. Now, for my magnets, I've tried so many things. So I went through a little bit of everything. And depending on what you're planning on doing, you might need something different. I just bought these off of Amazon. I'm going to link all of these down below for you all as well. The only thing that I'll say is if you're looking for anything magnetic, just make sure it has a 3M adhesive. Doesn't matter what shape it is, doesn't matter what size is it. There's literally thousands of these on Amazon, but just make sure that you are looking for one with a strong adhesive. Clearly not that one that just popped off. A strong adhesive, because once they're pressed on, that makes them last better, but 3M is kind of the standard. So if you're looking for 3M, then that works great. I tried a few different things when I first started because I had watched a couple videos. So I have these magnetic sheets that I saw somebody use. I did not like these. They're very thin. They are not strong enough for what I want. I think if you're making like a full refrigerator magnet or a magnet for a board or something like that, then they'll work better. But these did not work. Plus, I had to have like a little circle hole punch and cut them out, but they're just too thin. They do not have the strength, and they don't have a 3M backing on it. So the self adhesive back was not what I wanted it to be. And then I also saw somebody do a video where they almost hid the backing under another piece. So they had done this, and essentially they cut out a second piece that was plain to put it on top so that you couldn't see the magnet. And I thought that was really cool, and I thought I would maybe do that at some point. But then I realized, one, paper's expensive, so I don't want to do that. And then two, they were using this like tacky magnetic strip. Also did not like this for me. So again, I don't like anything to go to waste, so I'm going to find some use for these, whether it's in my personal use or something that I make in my shop in the future. But for right now, these are out for me. But depending on your paper, on the luster of your paper, and also on just the type, the thickness, your needs might be different. So unless you're using the exact same things, if you have something else that's different, just test things out. Don't be afraid to test things out. And also, don't be afraid to return things. Your money is important. So if you have something and you dislike it, return it. The most important thing to do with magnetic bookmarks is make sure, ooh, that was a gross sound, is to make sure that the magnets actually match up to each other. So before I even stick a magnet down, I will kind of play around with which one I want it to stick to. Oh, that one worked well. Okay, well, I guess that's the one we're going to use. Let me peel these off real quick. Oh no, they stuck to each other. Okay. No, that one's not what I want. Okay, well, let me just try this again so I can stick it properly. There we go. So you'll see sometimes they won't match up perfectly, but you need to make sure that they at least stick to each other, because the worst thing you can do is stick it on your paper and then they're opposites and they don't like each other and they won't stick. So like this one's a little off. It's not fully even. That's okay. They tend to do that. So then I will stick my magnetic bookmark down here. I will leave that lined up how it is, and I will fold this and just press down on it for a few seconds. And there you have it. We have a magnetic bookmark. And they clip together really well. And like I said, I like these magnets as long as they have 3M. And if you give them about a day or so, the glue really sets on here. But like there it is stuck on. It's not going anywhere. But as long as you are looking for that 3M backing as an adhesive, you should have magnetic bookmarks that turn out really well. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these now, just while I'm at it. Always have to double check. Oh, I'm dumb. Why was I trying to push that with my hand? Don't know, but that one like lined up perfectly, and that always makes me happy when it does that. Yep, perfect. Another one done. Perfect. So cute. There we go. That works. Now let's stick these in the middle. So cute. Yeah, this is one of my favorite new designs now. I like this. And I know it has a skull on it. I thought it was cute because of the saying. I don't plan on doing like fall or seasonal drops for my shop just because that doesn't really, it's not something that intrigues me too much. I'm not really interested in doing different drops for fall or winter, but if I happen to find a design that I like that falls around that time, then I'll add it in, and one that really kind of matches what I'm trying to portray or what I'm trying to show with my business. And I think it blends well with my business message. All of my book ones are book themed. Everything, all of my magnetic bookmarks, they're not necessarily mental health themed. It's the reading itself that is a self care act for my mental health. And so that's why I have bookmarks and things like that, because I know that can be kind of confusing if I'm like spreading mental health awareness and I'm selling magnetic bookmarks that don't have any mental health sayings on it. It's just more products that are curated and things that I have done and tried and used that just help with all of the acts of self care that I practice. I'm going to go ahead and adjust you guys around a little bit more so that I can continue printing off the rest of these magnetic bookmarks, and then we'll get them all made. And you guys can watch the process. I'm just going to kind of make it more ASMR style, really quiet. But I'll be back in a little bit. I'm actually going to take a break, go out there, hang out with my son for a little bit before he goes to bed.
Let's go. 8 a.m. I couldn't fall asleep again. Been overthinking all the little things I've said. I'm sleep deprived almost every night, and I wish that I wouldn't think instead. I know the sun is up and I got things to do, but I don't think I've got the energy to move. And I go back to my dreams again, but I shouldn't be sleeping when it's daylight now and I'm stuck in my bed. Daylight now and I'm stuck in my head, 'cause I've been stressing out all on my own when I should make my way out on my own. It's daylight now, gotta open my eyes. Daylight now, can't be wasting my time just thinking about what I should be thinking of. And it's about time that I get. Hey, stop staying in the same bed. I need a kickstart just to change this. I don't wanna waste a minute on the basics, but it's keeping me feeling so amazing. Stop on stretch, brush my hair, always looking like a mess. Oh, and maybe I could go and do the rest. Give it a little more faith, I'll be set. And I hope that you'll miss it, 'cause it's daylight now and I'm stuck in my bed. Day and night, never feeling my best, I know, oh well, but this time will not be the same again. It's daylight now and I'm stuck in my bed. Daylight now and I'm stuck in my head, 'cause I've been stressing out all on my own when I should make my way out. It's daylight now, gotta open my eyes. Daylight now, can't be wasting my time just thinking about what I should be thinking of. And it's about time that I get up.
this video out tonight. Thank you guys for joining me, and well, I just worked on my small business. I really appreciate it. And I also just wanted to say thank you all so much for all of the new subscribers and all of the returning subscribers and everyone who's just been viewing my videos and my content. I truly appreciate you. This morning when I checked, we were up to 450 subscribers, which is absolutely insane and amazing. And just thank you guys so much for all of your support. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself ready for the night and head off to bed. But I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and leave a comment for me, subscribe, tell me what you're crafting, tell me if you've ever made a magnetic bookmark. Let me know what your thoughts are on today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!